Let's talk about religion. Now, while I'm not officially religious in terms of being baptized or being raised in a religious household, I did attend a Catholic primary and secondary school, spending upwards of about 12 years saying prayers, going to mass, celebrating Catholic holidays, learning everything there is about Catholicism and Christianity as a whole. Now, while I was in primary school, I really didn't like religion. During prayers, I simply stood silently. I did quite poor in religious exams and overall just disliked everything to do with religion, as I believed it was quite silly to think that how could a single man create everything. I was also very confused why a Catholic school would have a science subject teaching us about the Big Bang Theory, evolution, and pretty much contradicting everything there was about religion. I spent most of my 12 years at school learning about Christianity and Catholicism, but in year 11 and 12, there was a subject called Studies of Religion. That was a compulsory subject at my school that taught us about other religions like Buddhism and Judaism. Now, I would be exploring what Buddhism and Judaism were all about, and I understood what exactly made religion so potent. All this time, I tried to make sense of it, thinking how could people waste time attending various ceremonies, praying to their different gods multiple times a day, and how someone could believe that doing all this would somehow lead to eternal life after death or reincarnation for Buddhism. Religion today seems like a very taboo topic, especially in Australia where the recent religions survey found that for the first time in 200 years, the majority of Australians identify as secular, which means non-religious. This is mainly seen in the younger generations as a large population of older individuals are still very religious, which can create this divide between the super religious people and the secular people. I think people are viewing religion wrong, or at least not giving it a solid chance in terms of what it can do for people. Now, personally, after being exposed to so much religion for most of my life, I still don't see myself as a very religious person, but it definitely plays a role in my life, but very different to what most people would think. I personally don't believe in an afterlife or the creation story or believing that God created everything because science has convinced me otherwise. But despite this, I have developed an interesting relationship to God, which has helped me live my life for the better. Now, I view God as a friend manager at work. Okay, he wants me to be productive, constantly striving for greatness, helping people, working on myself, and trying to push everyone forward. And this is a somewhat mild factor in my decision to get into politics. I also believe that he keeps me in check in terms of ego, as no matter how much I make or how powerful I become, he is always higher than me. He will always be a manager over me, which humbles me and makes me less of an egotistic, narcissistic person, which both can, ruin friendships and relationships if you leave it unchecked. Now, I don't know. He just makes sure that overall I'm a good person. And remember what I said at the start. I don't see myself as a very religious person. In terms of how I practice religion, I virtually do nothing. There are no prayers, no ceremonies. There is just this person who lives inside my head, managing and overlooking everything I do, who I have conveniently named God. This may all sound very strange, especially coming from a person who most of my videos are about health or finance or philosophy and all these other very tangible topics. But after those 12 years of school and being surrounded by religion my whole life, I've learned that science and religion can coexist as they both serve different purposes in my life. If this all sounds too bizarre, I'm still learning along this journey, but he or whoever this person is in my mind has helped me a lot, far than I can imagine. A big factor or key in today's world is money. With the world becoming increasingly less affordable, especially in Australia, where I live, money plays a huge role in most people's decision making. A higher paying job but less enjoyable work seems like a no-brainer for the average person, as they convince themselves by saying that if I get a higher salary, I can enjoy my life even more, which to me is just the wrong mindset to have. People are endlessly chasing money without an end goal, which causes them to ignore arguably the more important parts of their life: family, friends, and health. If you have never been a religious person or you find religion silly, I want you to try to understand why they do what they do. Now, I've been trying to do that for the last 12 years and I feel like I've cracked it. Most people choose to do certain things if it benefits them, and religion is no different. I found great success in creating this version of God in my head, and I feel like it could benefit you as well. And I feel like this is what all Christians and Catholics do, and everybody in all the other religions. Religion helps them become better. Regardless of what religion it is, the moral teachings and stories within every religion are excellent teachings of how a person should behave to one another. Now, we may look different or live in different parts of the world, but we're all humans at the end of the day, and helping each other to strive for greatness should really be the end goal. Anyway, that's the end of my religion rant. If you disagree with anything I said, let me know in the comments below. Obviously, healthy discussion is important for growth. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Take care.